They are lying. There's a delay in communication. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is the problem. Your communication, you want to hear something funny? Okay, this is really ridiculous. Your communication is instant and okay, your communication with the world is instant. Their communication is delayed. They're going through texting and calling, and they do not have what we have. That's pretty ridiculous. Okay, here's the situation.
They're going to kill us because of these ranchers. That's what they're using for an excuse. It's time to let the ranchers get back to work. Okay. They're not going to be working here in the dark.
Okay. So who is saying that? Okay.
Mark.
You know what? The FBI. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
If they start shooting at us, then what do you have?
All right. Yep.
Listen, we are on our way, and the FBI, and who we're consulting with the FBI, knows we're on our way. So you're not they're not going to kill you before you get there. Okay, period. They're not going to kill anybody because you're live streaming. They're not going to kill you before you get there. Okay? We're on our way, and they're not going to.
I don't believe it.
Before we get there. Well, you know what? I need you to have faith in me. I didn't fly all this way to save your tuckishes for you not to have faith in me. Right?
It's not faith in you, ma'am. It's faith in them.
We need a prayer. Okay, because we're coming. Well, okay, and Mark's going to interrupt just so you know.
Okay, hey, you know what? How about we read a little out of the Psalms, guys?
How about we what?
How about we read the Psalms just for a moment, okay? Can we do that?
What are we doing for the Psalms? What are we doing?
The Psalms from the Bible.
He knows whenever we pray, and then he interrupts.
Right, just ignore him. Remember.
Okay, so hey, Mark will explain what they're doing with the vehicle. So if you guys want to calmly, I know Mark has been kind of rude, but calmly ask Mark what's up with the vehicle. See what his explanation is and tell me, and see if it pans out for me. Okay, I want to compare what he tells you to what he's telling what we're being told. Okay, so let's exchange notes. Ask Mark, what is he doing with the cars? Ask him that. Mark! No, they're asking. Okay. They're asking him? Okay. We're just exchanging notes to make sure the FBI is being honest. See, they are delayed. Be up to them. No, I'm good. We're good. I'm good. I'm good. That's all. Yeah. Okay. So, what did he say?
I love you.
Are you guys there?
Yep.
Okay. What did he say?
I thought you were checking. He won't talk. He just keeps telling us you got to give up.
He just keeps telling them they got to give up. Okay. So, you know what? Tell them it's probably, I was just going to tell you, it's probably because of government incompetence. Yeah, hold on. This is Mike again, okay? But listen to Mike for a minute.
Hey, I'm going to talk loud, so I don't know if you can hear me. But you know what Occam's razor is? That the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. Here's my take of the situation. We're talking negotiators on my end, and you guys are talking to military type people. And so the left hand isn't talking to the right hand very quickly. So my theory under Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is government incompetence. So I'm just guessing that it's taking a while to relay the message that I'm getting to the folks in the field. So I think if we just slow down and take a breath, we can compare notes to see if we're each hearing the same thing, okay? But I think we're talking to different arms of the same beast. That's my guess. So I'm going to give you back to Michelle because I'm not very good at city driving.
Okay, so did you understand that? Basically, it's a delay in communication because of the incompetence of the government, period. Did you get that?
Pass this along. I'm about to light a propane heater because we're standing outside freezing cold.
Okay, wait, they're freezing cold. They're going to light a propane heater. They're lighting a propane. Okay, hold on. Don't do it yet.
Okay.
Hang on. We're going to call the FBI. Don't do it yet. We're calling the FBI.
All right.
Want to make sure that they understand what we're doing here. Don't do anything yet, please. Hang on a second. Make sure that he understands. What? Just give us a second. Okay. So hang on. Hang on 1 second. Okay. So yeah, we're trying to actually talk to them.
they got another bonus cost. They want a lot of cool propane heaters in their business shop.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Hold on. Don't light it yet. No, we're trying to get a message to Mark from somebody that we trust. Okay. We need Mark to go ahead on. I don't want them freaking out. Okay.
So are they there?
Okay. Just pay attention to me.
Nope.
And listen, you know what, Mark? If Mark's listening over the live feed, Mark, if you're listening over the live feed, what type of heater is it? What type of heater is it?
It's a Mr. Heater on top of a propane tank.
Yeah, it's a propane heater. Describe the propane heater.
It's a white cylinder. It's the bigger one. It's not the 50-pound right thing.
It's a 50
It has the Mr. Heater on top of it.
It's got Mr. Heater on top of it. The Mr. Heater. And so, obviously, Mark is listening to me live feed right now. Is that what you guys are saying?
See, I know that he heard because he just said that their places are warm. See, he said that their vehicles are warm, so I know that he just heard us.
You know what? He's got a big ego. You know what, Mark? It's fucking good, Mark.
I'm going to go ahead and light this so my wife can be warm.
No. Okay,
If they shoot me, that's on their fucking ass.
Please don't light it yet. Okay, hey, let's take a deep breath.
He knows that we're...
Okay, well, let's work together. And if Mark is listening, we need to light the heater. It's cold. And is there any combustibles nearby? Guys, is there any combustibles nearby? Sandy, Sean? Are you guys there? Sandy,
Hold on.
Sean. Okay. Hold on. Okay, they're lighting it. They're saying, hold on. Okay. I don't think they're light. Is there any combustibles nearby, you guys? Are there any combustibles nearby? Are there any combustibles nearby? Yeah, they're all like gathered around something. So, are you guys there?
The heater's been there for weeks. I'm sure they're gathered under control.
Is there any combustibles nearby? You guys? No, there's no combustibles nearby. There's no combustibles nearby. Okay, so there's no combustibles nearby. So you know what? That's okay. So okay.
Just try to be comfortable. Light your heater. Try to be comfortable. There.
You guys, I gotta tell you, we've got to. We're gonna make it through this, and we're gonna write about it. Okay.
We'll see.
Just breathe.
Okay.
I'm really running low on trust and confidence in my country, in the people, in our veterans, and this damn sure don't have any confidence in the FBI or the federal government.
Is this Jeff?
This is Sean.
Sean, I totally, I hear you. I heard from mainstream news agencies. I heard from Newsmax. This is getting out everywhere, and I know how you feel on this. I mean, look, our politicians have failed, our courts have failed, and the people have failed. That's who this is on. But look, the message out there is calm. It's peace, and you guys are carrying that message. And so if we just stay calm,
we are carrying your message. So that's thank you so much for saying that, because you guys, that's it. We're saying calm, and our message is peace and calm. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. So let's continue this, because, and now again, does everyone hear me? Sandy, Sean, Jeff, Dave, do you guys all hear me?
Just Sandy and Sean, Jeff and Dave are, I think, stand by the fire or something.
Okay, so please make sure that if I lose coverage going through this, you guys stay live feed, and keep it calm and keep praying. Keep praying.
Do you have this number to call us back?
I called some number. I'm going to call this number, and I think they patched me into you.
No, this is Gavin. I've got the live feed under control. We're stable here on the signal. So if you have a problem, you just got to call me back, Michelle.
Okay, yeah. So if I lose signature, I'm going to call the number that I just called back, and then they'll patch us through. So because I don't know.
We shouldn't lose Gavin. So
no, we should be okay. How's your battery, Sean? How's the battery? Let's make sure we got power to the.
I'm not sure. David's got it plugged into some big kind of device thing.
It's plugged in.
Yeah,
we do have a couple.
Okay.
We do, but I can't start the generator. And
I understand. But as long as he's got some backup packs, we should be okay.
Okay.
Go on our truck. That other hole.
Okay.
How much charges in this thing, Dave?
And you're listening to the Crypto Show, going into overdrive, playing the events going on in Burns, Oregon.
Okay, you have a reserve battery pack? Plug it into
Yeah, we do.
Okay, good. So keep that handy. Let's watch that power. We don't want to lose you.
I guess no. Are we not on the regular clock? Okay, cool. All right. Well, then we're still on air. Okay.
That's right. But the people are here for peace, and we just need to try and stay calm. We need to rest in the strength of God because He overpowers the wicked, and we just need to be calm.
That's correct. That's good. Okay, 82 miles on the trip. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're on the road. We've got 82 miles on this one road. It says we'll be there by 1 a.m. The GPS says we'll be to you by 1 a.m. So, and that's okay. We'll be talking. We'll have a great midnight chat here.
That's 5 hours from now.
Okay, that's it. 5 hours. How much patience?
I think the FBI is going to win.
5 hours.
Yes, but you know what? Have faith. We need a prayer again. Have faith. Listen, everybody's watching, so have faith because they can't shoot you. Okay, they can't shoot you if you don't shoot them, and that's not going to happen because we're law-abiding citizens. They will. They will.
Well, I don't think if that happens, I hope.
Hey, Mike wants to talk to you. Hey, hang on. Let Mike talk. Hold on. Here's Mike.
Hey, this is my candid assessment is that there's FBI members there that have families, have consciences, and don't want to go to sleep knowing that they shot some peaceful protesters. So I'm praying to God that's the case. And I know law enforcement people. Nobody wants to be that guy.
Right.
And you guys have the shield of free speech protecting you because you're on a live feed. Let's keep this going and keep talking to Michelle. And I'm proud of you guys for communicating with Michelle so well. And I got my fingers crossed for you. There she is.
Okay, hey, Sean, I have a message from Victoria. Victoria called. You guys want to hear from Victoria?
Okay. 18-year-old.
Victoria Sharp.
Yeah.
Victoria Sharp.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Victoria said that she wants you guys to know that the whole family's praying. They would be there if they could, but they're far away. Now, she's willing. If we can get her in here, maybe she can join us and she can do some singing for us and bring some calm to the situation.
Tell her to start singing now. Tell her to
She's not on right now, but we're going to try and get her, okay, if you guys want it.
Hopefully I can hold this all together. People are getting tired and frustrated.
I know. We need to be calm.
Stay back here.
I'm afraid someone's going to do something wrong here.
Yeah, they're not going to do so. Listen to me. Hey, we've got Victoria Sharp on the phone right now,
you
guys.
Okay,
got
go.
her on the phone.
Yeah.
Hang on. Victoria Sharp's on the phone.
Victoria, how are you?
Wait, the reception, we're having a problem with the reception. Okay. We've got, hold on. Hang on. She's saying, are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yes.
Yeah. Victoria's signal is bad right now. She's on the phone. And hang on. So Victoria Sharp is the 18-year-old, just so people understand that are listening in, is the 18-year-old eyewitness that was in Lavoie's truck. And so she's with you. Everyone is with you. You guys, everyone is with you guys. So,
Victoria, can you hear me?
she's losing it. Okay. We're losing her. We're losing Victoria.
We'll get her back.
All right.
We're having a hard time, but we'll get her.
Okay, we have a problem with her reception. I don't know where. Do you guys know where she lives?
Kansas.
Montana, I believe.
Does she have good reception in her home? Okay. You guys have better connections than they do. That's why they don't know what's happening. It takes 5 or 10 minutes to get it to them.
Well, he kept telling us you weren't coming in, and then he even said Franklin Graham wasn't going to get to come in. Nobody gets to come in until you leave the.
Well, they're not going to let him in, though. They're not going to let him in here. Okay.
Franklin Graham is flying his own plane. He's a pilot. Said he'd be here at 7 a.m.
Good.
But they won't pay his refuge.
You know what? That's okay. We're coming. So, remember that saying, build it and they're coming? We're coming. So,
Michelle, do you have Victoria?
I don't have Victoria. She keeps losing. She keeps losing us. Her reception keeps losing. I don't know where she is. Her reception, because we've got reception right now.
Right. We just talked to her. I can try to pass her.
So if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the standoff in Oregon, where the FBI have apparently attempted to siege the place there in Oregon, and this is the lawyer to the people that are still inside, and I believe they're talking to either a preacher or the mayor of Burns, Oregon. So this is a live feed coming from a YouTube live stream of what's going on at the refuge in Burns, Oregon.
She just called us and said she has signal now, so I'm not sure why she's not calling you.
She wants us to patch her.
Oh, she wants to be patched in directly. Okay. We got this. I got the tech under control, I think. So just hold on just a second. Just, you guys, nobody hang up, okay? I may pause for just a second, but then I'm going to add Victoria.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
We're here. It's okay.
Okay. Right, hold on, I'm dialing here.
Nice warm. No bills in heaven. Mowing bear in heaven.
Come on. Did we lose him? We lose him? I don't know if this thing's staying on. I was afraid that this could be a problem, but we'll see what happens. Ready?
We have dead air here. Okay,
Hello?
here we go.
Yes. Hello.
Victoria?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened because I seem to have lost the other guys now. Darn it. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me see what I can do here.
Okay. Can you still hear them?
Okay, I got you here. We're trying.
Okay.
The Wisconsin one.
This one.
I do the Wisconsin. Yes, that one. The two red ones there.
Okay, hang on.
You've reached the mobile phone of Koenig. Please be so kind as to leave a detailed message after the...
Yes, this
Hello?
Victoria, I'm here, but trying to patch you in made us lose the other line. So we're just going to try and have to see if we can get them back here.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I got him. Hang on.
Okay.
Guys, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? You guys there? I hear you. Don't hang up. I got you. Are you there? Hello? We're trying to get him here. Are you there, guys?
Michelle.
Hello?
Yeah. Right.
Who's this?
Hello.
Michelle?
Hello.
Michelle? You guys there?
All right, Gavin, we're back.
Yeah, there we are. Okay, I got Michelle calling back in. Hang on, hold on just a second. Don't hang up. I got you.
All right.
Okay. Michelle?
Gavin?
We got them. They're here. We got it stabilized, but we didn't get Victoria, so we're just going to stick with this for now.
Gavin?
Yes, who's
What's
this?
that noise?
Oh, who's this?
This is Michelle Fiore. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Daniel?
Wait, who am I on the phone with? Gavin?
Yes, Gavin's here.
Hello, we're back.
You're back?
Gavin.
Gavin is
Sean,
here.
Are you there?
Gavin is here. We have Michelle. Jeff, is that you or Sean?
Call dropped.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
So I got you guys, Sandy, Sean,
Yep.
Jeff, Dave, are you guys there?
Sean and Sandy are just by the fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Dave's on the phone.
Michelle, this is Gavin.
All right.
I don't want to risk losing the call. I'm going to have Michelle call you and you can Victoria call you and you can try to patch her in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was very scary. Get back to you. It was horrible.
Well, we're dealing with limited tech here. We're getting it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if your phone rings from Kansas, it's probably Victoria.
Okay. No worries.
Hey, grab a flashlight, honey. Sandy, grab a flashlight.
You guys got heat there, Sean?
I'm here.
You got heat?
We got a propane heater, and we just put a rubber mat down the stand now. Our feet are getting cold.
Now Sean, while we're here and talking about peace and principle, let's just explain to the
You
world.
gotta speak up.
Hey, let's just explain to people that are listening, since we're talking about peace and principle and liberty. You guys aren't even in the refuge right now, are you? You're just camped out on the outskirts.
You hear me?
I can't hear him.
What?
You can't hear who?
Whoever's talking,
Can you hear Michelle?
That's Gavin.
I can't hear what he's saying.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to try and fix it. Just hang in there.
Okay. When you can hear me, right?
Yes. But everyone needs to speak loud because we had a heater running and
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Sean, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, hey, so just to be clear, I mean, we're on this topic of peace and liberty and principle, which you guys have been doing all along here. You're not even actually in the refuge right now, right? They're surrounding you. You're just out camped in the outskirts, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So
We did that to show good faith that we didn't want to be occupiers anymore.
Right.
And we sat out here in the cold, and we haven't showered much. We're having to go to the bathroom outside. We're making a lot of huge sacrifices to show people that we're good people.
this isn't about
And they can't even make one sacrifice.
right.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of watching, and there's a lot of sacrificing that people know that you guys have made.
Yeah, and look, the word's still getting out. And Sean, since it's quiet a little bit, do you have anything you want to say about the overall message? Because people get confused. You know, the media lies so much and the government lies so much, and we want people to know that the message is not about war. It's about peace. It's about justice. It's about liberty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about exercising your First Amendment right, and they prohibited us. They prohibited the media. So when you lose the media could have stopped this in the beginning if they would have done their job. But, you know, they're all infiltrated by people in higher powers in the federal government, so they tell them what not to do and what to do. And the people just buy into whatever they tell them on the news. And then you got social media and Pete Santilli and people like that try to put the real news out there, and then they arrest him and won't let him out. I mean, how do we fight this when that happens?
Sean, it's hard.
They just try to pass this. Obama wants to pass a bill where he has billions of dollars for gun control. Is that when America will finally stand up? Because when he comes for their guns, then they're going to stand up and fight after they're outgunned, outnumbered. I mean, they use our tax dollars to buy hollow point bullets that they can't even use in wartime according to Geneva Convention, but they can use on American citizens. A hollow point bullet is for murder.
Right.
And the government has bought that to use on the people. And we've tried peaceful protests. You know, Judge Grassley said, go ahead and have your protest, because he knows it doesn't do a fucking thing. It doesn't bother him a bit. The Bundys did everything legal they could possibly do to help the Hammonds, and they weren't getting even a response back. So then they took the refuge, because you have to take it to the next step in order for people to understand and hear you.
But understand, Sean, that more and more people, and find peace in this, more and more people are realizing that this is not a protest. This is peaceful, principled defiance of tyranny. And that's what you guys are doing right now. It's not simply waving signs. It's Americans stepping up and taking action. And we know it's a slow process. We know that we've been apathetic as a nation, and that's gotten us to this point. But now people can settle down, and they can look at that. They can see what's happened. They can see what they did to Lavoie, who was a peaceful man, and they can see that people have to step up. Hang on. Okay, I lost Michelle. Don't go anywhere. I just lost Michelle, but I'm going to try and add her back in, okay?
All right.
Are you there, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we're on still. You're on.
Okay. We're just going through that. We're going through like some kind of path or something.
Yeah, it's bad in there.
You know what? But before we got disconnected, you guys, I just want you to know one of the things are you guys there? Are you with me, Sean?
Yeah, he's here.
We're here.
Okay, so listen, one of the things I want you to know with all this Obama and all this trying to take our guns away, one of the things we do have to say is thank you, Obama, because every time he tries something about, taking our guns, the gun sales go crazy. So we have the biggest gun sales across America every time Obama opens his mouth about taking our guns. So,
right, but now we have Obamacare, and they're going to make it mandatory to have mental illness screenings, and then they're the ones to decide the parameters, and they go, oh, well, you're depressed, you can't have a gun. So they're going to take your guns that way. And we're just tired of this shit. Every time you turn around, they tax you even when you die. And our parents' generation should be ashamed of themselves because they didn't stand up to prevent it. And our children's generation just doesn't give a fuck. They're too busy playing video games or doing some other bullshit.
But you know what?
You know what I want you to think about? Because this is live stream and people are recording it. I want you to think about exactly what we're talking about right now. Do you know how many parents, after hearing you just say that, just might take their kids' video games away from them? Because you know what? You're right.
None of them.
We are working on getting rid of Common Core. You guys there?
How did it ever get to that position where we got to worry that we have Common Core? What happened to the goodness of this country?
People didn't fight. That's right. They didn't fight in the legislature. And you know what? But here's what we have to stand up. We have to elect.
We are.
But we have to fight it out with the law. We have to fight it out on paper.
Hey, Deb.
We have to make laws that have.
We're only going out on Logos, not on TXLR. Okay, cool. Okay. Do you
The
have?
thing is, guys, Sean, here's the thing. The message is really important, and this is the thing. Yes, the country's grown apathetic, and that falls on the shoulders of every man and woman in this country and in previous generations as well. But in things like this, the message is getting out. The news media is not controlling this message right now. Principled, peaceful people are controlling.
Do you
this
have the
message.
link to play it from that end?
And when that can get out,
Okay.
God can work in people's hearts. People can stand up for principle and love their neighbor.
All right. Yeah, I don't think it needs commentary. It's got. I'll keep it going. Let me.
Eventually, yes, I think they will be eventually.
You know why? Because we.
It's going out on TXLR?
You four and me
Okay.
and everyone else who's watching right now, because the world is watching you. We are going to do everything right by the law, and we are not going to give them any kind of reason to step out of line and pull a trigger on us, right?
Well, but they already have by putting a false charge on us. And the Constitution says they can't own this land, for one thing, so how can they give us a federal felony when they don't have the right to even be here, they don't have the authority to be here? And then they keep saying it's such a small charge, but it's an absolute charge, and if you don't comply, it'll kill you over such a small charge.
Because they're lawless.
It has to be, it's a felony, it can't just be a misdemeanor, it has to be a felony because it's, well, you fuck with the feds, so you're going to pay. And everybody's trying to talk us out of this instead of trying to talk them out of it. That's what I don't get. Why are you making sure that they're the ones that are wrecked?
We're trying to do both. It's just let's face it. All of us are weak. All of us are weak, just like you. If we had the power to make them back down, we'd do it right now. I mean, we're our nation's in this place, and we're trying to maintain peace, and we don't want you guys to die doing it.
Okay, so listen to me. Listen, I want this archive for America. Are we, Gavin, are you there?
We're here, yeah.
Okay, are we live?
Yes, we are. 60,000 people.
Okay, good. Okay, so we have guarantees by the FBI. They said they will not make any move to escalate anything tonight.
Then they need to back off.
They need to back down.
Okay.
They know Reverend Graham is on play. Listen to me. They are not going to take. And what the FBI is saying is they are going to allow Reverend Graham and I to meet up at 8 a.m. tomorrow. This is from the FBI, and I want you guys to get this live stream and get it out there because this is from the FBI. So they are not going to be any aggressive tonight.
And they need to back off.
Okay, so listen to me. Just hey, listen. We are progressing. Do you understand? I don't
Yes.
want. No one's backing anywhere. But what they basically said is nothing will happen tonight until Graham and I get together at 8 a.m. That is from the FBI. So yeah. So if you want to take turns and stay on watch and do what you're going to do, you want to just get some shut eye, each of you one at a time, groovy, because this is archived. This is on the air, and we have gotten word from the FBI that they will not be aggressive or make any moves tonight.
Can we get Mark to say that over the loudspeaker so we can all hear that from him?
Yes. Say, Mark, you know what, Mark? I want you to say it over. You know what, Mark? You're listening. Please say it over the loudspeaker right now. So Dave and Sean and Sandra and Jeff can hear this, that you will not make a move tonight, and you will not agitate or be aggressive tonight until we get together, Graham and I, at 8 a.m. in the morning. Can you please repeat that on your microphone right now? And so let's just talk, and so hopefully he hears that, and hopefully he'll, relay that message out to you guys on his microphone. So, did you guys eat? Did you guys eat dinner?
No, we've got some snacks, though.
All right. Well, are they at least granola bars and healthy snacks?
Oh, we got 1,000 granola bars. We're so sick of granola bars.
It's energy, right? Look, I mean, we know the government has failed in gaining the trust of the people.
Hold on.
I think Mark's talking. Hold on.
What do we got?
Okay. Hold on. Mark is talking.
Mark just said that Sandy said no.
What happened?
What did Mark say?
Sandy told Reverend Graham we wouldn't leave the refuge because we're not going to prison.
Just wait. What did Mark just say?
He just said that Reverend Graham told him we said we wouldn't leave.
Okay. So Mark.
We changed that.
Okay. Mark said.
Give me a couple minutes here, please. Just hang on the line.
Okay, we're here.
So Mark is on the loudspeaker that Reverend Graham told him that Sandy said that they're not going anywhere, so they're not going to jail. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. I don't believe Graham would ever say that to you. Thursday. Yeah.
I'll stay here and I'll back. You can tell me if that's really what you want to do. I can fuck you up. That's what you want to do. I'm 100% beside you, and I'll fucking start it off right now.
Listen, I want you guys to talk to me, calm down. What's happening?
Let's try and happening. Copy.
Hey.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
I don't want. Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
I think they're away from the phone.
Hey, you guys. What do you guys? Hey, are you there? Listen.
Hold on a minute.
We're waiting.
We're fighting in court, a different battle. Hey, do you guys want us to pick up McDonald's on the way there? We're going through Bend. I don't know. Do we need some? I don't want to go to jail. Do we need some?
Don't do that. Are you trying to kill him?
You gotta have some faith and some hope, right?
To be able to go from there.
I know that. So why should we?
Well, because our lives are at risk.
Well,
I don't want to see you.
I don't want to see you either. But I don't want to see you in jail.
Hold on, y'all. Everybody else too.
You guys there? I think we lost Michelle, but Gavin's still here.
We're still here.
Is everything going? Is everything okay? Okay.
We're talking a moment here.
Okay.
And if you're just tuning in, we're listening to the live feed from Burns, Oregon, at the refuge where the FBI have decided they're going to take a little action, but maybe they're backing off right now. We're not sure.
I've never had people like to stand up for me before. Never. Pretty careful stand up for us. All the time stand up for us. All the people stand up for us. Didn't give in. We just didn't give up our lives. You know, in this world we're in, only stronger about my commitments to me. No. This is God telling me. He's not telling me that. But I'll stop. He's not telling me like he died.
We got you, Michelle. You guys, they're still talking. They're still talking.
This isn't Michelle. This is Pedro. Save our lives.
Okay, hang on, guys.
Pedro's going to save your lives. The advocates. Pedro's going to. Mm-hmm.
Okay, hey, Sean.
Yes.
Sean.
Hold on.
If I lose you, call me right back, okay?
Okay. I will call you.
Who's this? Hello.
Hello?
Oh, that's the right one. I got to nail down these numbers and know who's who. They're trying to troll us.
Gavin.
Michelle?
You have my number, right?
Yes, I do.
I got it right here, although it doesn't even look like it worked. It was supposed to shut down the incoming calls. Okay, hold on. Somebody gave out our number. They're trying to shut down the communication. I got calls coming in every second here, so. Hold on, let me see. Okay, Nathan, which one is which here? Let me see what's good. Don't read it out. Yeah, it's still live, guys.
This one right here.
Still live? Okay.
Yeah, I just don't have them. You sure?
Positive.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to try and patch it back in. Hang on, Michelle.
Okay, you got it. That was free, right?
This one?
Yes, those ones. Let's see.
Not even calling. They're trying to mess with us. Trying to keep the message from getting through.
Your wife does
Okay, guys, just for the listeners in there, they're messing with the phones, but we're trying to get it back up here. So the people that hate liberty are trying to mess with us by calling in.
Hello?
Who's Sandy?
Yes.
Okay, I got you back. Hang on.
Okay. Wait, where's the speaker on? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to get Michelle back on, but hang on. They're messing with our phones, so we're having to fight it a little bit, but we got you. Okay, hang on. Let me try and add Michelle back in just a second. No, okay. I lost Michelle. We'll try and get her back in, but you guys are live, and I'll watch specifically for Michelle's number. So you're back live. What's going on there?
They're bringing in vehicles behind us.
And if you're just tuning in, yes, this is the Logos Radio Network on 89.1 FM, and we are probably the only people in town, if not anywhere, on an FM station that is carrying the live feed from the refuge where the FBI have sieged the refuge in Burns, Oregon. So what you're listening to is live audio coming from there.
How are you guys doing? Do you have peace there? Do we need some prayer, or how are you feeling?
We need miracles.
We need a miracle.
Well, let's pray for that then, shall we?
Okay.
All right, God of the universe, we look to you because you are the author of liberty, and we do need a miracle. We don't have the strength to overcome wickedness. We don't have the strength to restore liberty on our own, God. And you do. You can overpower the wicked, you can confound the wicked, and you can build a shield. So we ask that you send legions of angels down here tonight to watch over these people, and that will be peaceful and principled and righteous, and that will speak the words of truth with wisdom, being wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Let us restore peace, God, for our children, and work on our behalf mightily, and let your glory be revealed, and bring miracles for liberty, God. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So you guys got heat, you got a little food, but it doesn't sound like it's much. I bet you could use a good steak right now.
A good what?
I bet you could use a good steak right now. It doesn't sound like you have very good food.
Oh, we've got steaks, we've got pork, we've got everything.
They're still sitting there. They stopped driving, but they're standing there.
They're sitting
We
there.
had pork fried rice for lunch.
Okay, good.
We had bacon and eggs and sausage for breakfast.
Good. Okay, well, that's not too, it could be a lot worse.
Exactly.
That's great.
That's why I know God said that we should be here, because if he didn't want us here fighting this, he would have made it uncomfortable for us.
Well, that's right. And look, I mean, you got a message out. It's bypassing the mainstream media. And we can keep that message. Look, we know the government failed in gaining the trust of the people, particularly with those at the refuge, due to them breaking their promises. And that's why we're here, is because they're breaking their promises. They're not lawful. And the people need to step up with peace and principle and restore that law and stop tolerating a lawless government and a lawless court system.
Okay, Gavin, here's the thing, okay? We came here to help the Hammonds who were put into prison
Right.
unjustly.
Absolutely.
We used our First Amendment right to protest peacefully.
Right.
We're being prosecuted for that.
Yes.
That's what the charges are, is that we're here.
Yeah, you're right.
These three gentlemen, they say that they're going to turn themselves in tomorrow when Franklin Graham and Michelle get here. And they want me to agree to it, and I will for them.
Sure. Well,
But I want everybody to know that we'll never see the light of day again from prison, because they're going to put us in jail for a small charge, they say. If it's such a small charge, they could have dropped it then.
you know what, Sandy? We're not going to let that happen. Let me tell you a story. They've been holding Pete and Ammon and the other patriots, John Ritzheimer, all of them. They've been holding them in solitary confinement. And as weak as we are, the voice does still matter. And we started a campaign yesterday. Some of the lawyers were in on it. The news media was doing it. And then we started a campaign on the Bundy Ranch page, and we started ringing their phones off the hook, the government phones all over the state of Oregon. And today, they released Pete, they released Ammon, and it looks like they released all the patriots from solitary confinement. Now, we know that that's not where they should be. They're peaceful men, and they shouldn't be in jail at all. But their conditions improved. They can communicate better. So they're not in a dark hole where nobody can hear them. Ammon's been getting messages out. He's been speaking to the people through audio calls like this one. And so, look, everybody knows you guys aren't cowards. Everybody knows you're standing up and standing the line, and you'll go down in history for that.
The problem is that they are still being suppressed because they are not being released.
I know.
And the
I
only
agree.
reason why they're not being released is because of us here, and they're waiting to come in so that they can do their investigation and add more charges to those people so that they never see the light of day again.
But remember, they have more power than us, but they don't have more power than God. And this goes back all the way to the American Revolution. We were hopelessly outnumbered then too. And many of those patriots served time behind bars trying to bring liberty back in the revolution. But in the end, the message got out, people stood up, and because the appeal to heaven does work, and the prayer of a righteous man does avail much. You know?
I just know we're never going to get out of prison. I just know that.
Don't know that we won't let that happen. We're not going to let them just lock you away and forget about you. And
They impeded the press
I know.
for coming here and reporting this story.
But you know what? Because of all the message of all this, is despite all the long train of abuses, similar to what was talked about in our declaration, Sandy, despite all this, more and more people are waking up because of it.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
I mean, when else in history, think about this for a second. The Patriots in 1775, when they were being attacked by the redcoats. They didn't have a stream like this of 60,000 people all over the world listening live. And our country's fallen a long ways from liberty, but we do have the ability. You guys are getting the message out, and it's coming out with peace and strength and principle.
Right. But they didn't turn their selves into the hands of the enemy. And that's what we're doing. If we give ourselves up, we're turning ourselves into the hands of the enemy.
But that's not entirely true. There were times when they lost individual battles, even though the war wasn't lost, and they retreated, or sometimes they were even taken prisoner. But it wasn't the end. They didn't just lock them away forever.
True, but we will be prisoners.
Do you know that? What year is that?
Of their injustice. We will be prisoners of their injustice.
Right, but you know what? I know. Look, I've been in their jails. I know how bad it is, and I know that they're corruption, but a lot of that's being exposed too by this. Here's the thing, because of your guys' message, because of Ammon's message, a lot of people that thought of themselves as, we're conservative Republicans and we value liberty and the government, will fix this for us. They're realizing that bureaucrats aren't fixing this for us. And,
no, they're not.
And look,
they're actually making it worse.
But at the same time, you do have people that are elected officials, and we have these trust issues. We've been led by lies by the government, but if you come out under the protection of public figures, that does give you a lot of voice. And so you have access to public officials, but even more, you have access to the world right now. And the message, look, when Lavoie died, you guys remember the day they murdered Lavoie. You'll never forget it. None of us will. When that happened, Sandy, the message, at first the media tried to take control of it. But people were roused by it. People had a fire in their belly and a spark in their heart, and the message spread. And the media did not control that conversation. They didn't get away with this sham of saying, he went for a gun. He was murdered, and the world knows it. And there's still people out there that are asleep. But we don't need the majority for liberty. We need a principled, tenacious minority that are willing to stand up for righteousness, that are willing to love their neighbor, that are willing to seek God. And when we do that, there can be overcoming. I have a message from Victoria here if you guys want it.
Yes.
Okay. She says, please tell the people who are in there that I love them and my family loves them. Tell them they need to stay safe, calm, and stay alive. Tell them that I will stand with them no matter the cost. Please tell the listening audience that Victoria Sharp is asking for thousands of American citizens to exercise their First Amendment right and go to Burns and peacefully protest what the FBI is doing. Thousands of people need to go there now and tell the FBI to leave, and that they cannot hurt these people. It's time for America to stand. We can't let the FBI hurt these people. And is there any way? That was she wants to sing, and we'll have to see if we can get her in here, because that would be great to have a hymn.
We're trying to do a recording.
Yes.
Okay, but understand, people are with you, and despite the fact that there's not as many boots on the ground as there should be, America should have stood up bolder, and there's a lot of lessons learned from this. But you guys do the lesson.
Hey, Deb, where are you at with the stream on your end?
And we're not going to let you rot in a prison cell. We're not letting the patriots that were arrested a few weeks ago rot in a prison cell.
I can't even describe to you how wrong it is I feel to be giving myself into the hands of the enemy.
But don't then. Give yourself into the hands of God and let God direct your path and what to do, because there's lots of great men of faith in the Bible that they were taken into the hands of the enemy, but really they were not in the hands of the enemy, they were in the hands of God.
True.
And we know that from the Bible. Look, I've been arrested before for standing up to them, and we need to know that when they abuse us, remember it says, rejoice when we're persecuted for righteousness' sake, and God does not forget us.
This is Gavin Symes' brother Nathan. I've been here the whole time.
Right.
You'll find throughout the Bible and throughout the history of the church and the history of liberty that God's.
They're going to meet us at the checkpoint.
Okay.
We still have 2 vehicles in the backfield that I asked them to remove. They sat there for a while. They finally stopped, but they shut their lights off. And I said, we need to see them with their lights on drive back out of there, because that threatens me that they're behind us.
Right.
He said he's working on that.
Okay, yeah, and they need to show a good faith. The FBI, the federal government here has been lying and lying and lying, and we know they're liars and we know they're wicked, but God can still turn it to righteousness, and they need to show a show of good faith.
Absolutely.
We've been praying for them this whole time.
Right. We need to love our enemies, but that doesn't mean that as a nation we don't stand up to them either, because there's this false idea of love out there from the professing church who should be standing for righteousness. They should be loving their neighbor, but they aren't. And they're saying, love is just fluffy duffy. Come to our church. Love is what you guys showed down there. It's what Ammon showed. It's what you guys are showing to the American people right now. It's a willingness to love your neighbor as yourself, to lay down your life for your neighbor if need be. It's a willingness to sacrifice for the liberty of future generations. That's love, and that's what Jesus did too.
Exactly. I wish there were more of us like that here, standing right here.
My wife lost her job now, I'm sure, because couldn't go back to it. And, we have bills to pay, so we're going to lose everything.
Well,
We gave everything for this country.
And the Hammonds are still in prison for it.
yeah, they're still in prison, but we're gonna work at getting them out too. And the message, look, and it's been a struggle out here because Ammon's been mostly disconnected. They took everybody at once, but it is changing. We kept up the message. Ammon's words are getting out. They might arrest you guys. I mean, I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to play politician with you. I have the same fear as you do. I'm not a politician, and we're in this bad situation. But the message gets out, and even if they take you to jail, the message can still get out. And let me tell you right now, people aren't going to forget you. They're not going to ignore you. But if you feel ignored or forgotten ever, if you're in jail, if you haven't been let out right away, you get a hold of me, and I'll help you.
If they'll let us have a phone call.
Yeah, they didn't let Shauna get a phone call out, and her husband had a heart attack.
I know.
Because he was so worried sick about her. He knew that everything went down, but it was, 3 days? 3 days or something before she was ever allowed to have a phone call.
Right.
And her husband, in the meantime, was so stressed out he had a heart attack.
I know it's hard, but now look, I mean, there's going to be people. The world's going to be watching. They're not just going to haul you away into the darkness. And just like there was a massive outcry yesterday to get these patriots out of solitary confinement because it was ridiculous and abusive. All these jails are abusive. The whole justice system is broken. But there was progress. God still did act on our behalf, and so it's the message isn't lost. Look, here's a message. I got a letter from Ammon. Okay, here's a word from Ammon about being in jail, and I think it would resonate well with you guys. He says, Melina says she received a letter from Ammon, and he says, he's speaking of how God is using him in jail for the cause, and it's not in vain. He's not in jail in vain, and it's not like the message is being silenced just because he's in jail, and we can't wait to get him out of jail, to get all of them out of jail. Being in jail stinks, and it's abusive. But Ammon knows that the message can still go out, and if we have to die for liberty, we die for liberty, and we do so with our head held high. But if it's not time, we always want to be peaceful and wise. And just because patriots need to know, and this has happened all through history in the Bible in early America, just because you go to jail doesn't mean you lose.
We'll see.
We'll see if we ever get out of there.
Well, Ammon's in there, and he's still positive. I don't know if you guys have heard his audios. Yeah, it's frustrating for him. But
yeah,
even then,
he's still there, and he's being persecuted while he's there.
He is.
Shouldn't even be there.
I know. I fully agree. And because of that, the problem is due process has been, you were talking earlier about the courts, and let's not play politics about it. The courts have been wiped out in terms of due process, but the voice of the people can still resonate, and it still has an effect. And so, yes, the courts, the jails, the justice system, all the way to the Supreme Court, it's corrupted. And for the most part, the rule of law is gone in our courts, and people need to recognize that. It's important they know that, but that doesn't mean they just get away with abusing people however they want, because there's a lot of people watching. And so even though what I've learned about these tyrants, even though they're lawless, they're afraid too. And so even though they abuse, they're also careful in certain areas because they don't want to lose the message either. And they don't want to push people too far. And what's happening is they're pushing and pushing and pushing, and it's affecting people in this nation because of what people like you guys are doing.
And if we die,
when do they get their trial in court? When do they get to stand in front of courts?
Here's a story. When I was arrested about a year ago in a courtroom for standing up to a judge because she refused due process and to follow the Constitution. And they dragged me and my dad, Grant, out of that courtroom, and they hauled us off to jail. And I remember during the course of their shenanigans of the kangaroo court down in Douglas County, I went up to the prosecutor's office in Waterville, and because I was thinking, all right, these people are wicked, they're lawless. And I charged into the prosecutor's office, not with a gun or anything, not threateningly, but they were freaking out because, I wasn't supposed to be in there. And he was calling the sheriff, and I started reading to him out of Proverbs about the 6 things God hates, the abuse of the wicked, those that shed innocent blood. And I said, you, sir, are accused of corruption in the court of heaven, and you will stand to answer for it. And if you go back to the founding of this country, men like John Locke taught, he said, these are the rules of law, and sometimes they fail us, but there's always the appeal to heaven.
Right.
Okay, so we're trying to get Michelle back in, and so I'm watching for her. But what they've done out here to us is, it looks like the FBI put my phone number out, and so they're ringing the phones off the hook, and I have to be really careful.
The word's getting out, then.
Oh, the word's getting out. I mean, look, it was on Drudge Report, it was on Fox News, it was on Newsmax, it was on CBS. I mean, they were calling Nathan in here, who was running the phones for me, and my family's been in here helping too, and they were trying to.
Thank them for us.
They're right here. They hear you. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where was Fox News and all these other ones when all this was happening?
They were busy whoring for a corrupt government.
Exactly.
But we still set the example. We still set the example of peace. We don't hate. We show love.
And see, that was the whole thing. When this all started, they were talking about armed occupiers and militia and all this stuff. You know, yes, we have our Second Amendment rights with us, which my husband and I, we carry our weapons with us no matter where we go. We always have them. But nobody got hurt
Right.
until Lavoie was killed. You know, they demonized us, and they were waiting for a bloodbath. Well, when everything went down after Lavoie, well, the bloodbath opportunity was over, so they all left. And now
Right.
they're probably all back because there's an opportunity here that, you know what, these people might get killed, and it might be a really good story.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, but here's the beauty of this. You know, you guys called me earlier. I put out videos last week when David left a message. We've been putting out, you know, the Bundy Ranch has been putting out lots of videos. The message is getting out without the media. In America, the patriots, the principled, we need to recognize that when our message is peace and liberty, even though the media is not, we just need to be the news media. We don't need a corrupt news media. And if they want to carry the message, if they want to spread the word, that's fine. If they want to get on board so that they can preserve the liberty of their children, we welcome them anytime. But we don't need a corrupt news media to carry the message.
They don't even realize how they're destroying it for America and their children and their children's children. You know, we had reporters in here that wanted to do news stories on us, but because they didn't use the words militia or armed, their editors killed the stories.
Right, because they wanted to portray the people on the refuge as violent men when in reality they were peaceful men, and the government was the one. In all cases whatsoever, the government instigated the violence. And look, I mean, Sandy, this is nothing new. I just was working on a video. I hear from Jeff Winehouse and Schaefer Cox from prison. You know, Jeff Winehouse is another patriot that they tried to assassinate the FBI a few years ago, and they gunned him down. And when he didn't die, instead of the FBI and state police being prosecuted, they sent him to prison and convicted him, even though he did nothing. He never drew a gun, nothing. And there's even a video of it. But here's the thing. He calls me, and his voice even gets out from prison. Yeah, he has his frustrating days, but he calls me almost every week, and he prays with me, and I help, and I work on things to try and get the message out and expose his case. There's other people like Schaefer Cox. There's Schuyler Barbeau over in Washington. There's James Fair up in Okanagan. There's patriots all over the place that are being abused by an unjust justice system. But there's more and more people recognizing that abuse and saying we have to do something about it.
Good.
Hey, now, hey, Sandy, if I go silent for just a minute, it's because I'm trying to merge Michelle back in. We're having a hard time getting her in here. But as soon as we, if I'm gone for, you know, more than 30 seconds, then try and call back. But if it's just for a few seconds, I'm probably just trying to patch her in.
Okay, can I read you something before you do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, the definition of a militant: having or showing a desire or willingness to use strong or extreme and sometimes forceful methods to achieve something. A disposition to dominate, often in disregard to others' rights.
Right, which is not what you're doing.
Which is not what we're doing. Here's the definition of a patriot: one who loves and defends his or her country.
Right.
Modern day USA describes someone that refers to themselves as a constitutionalist.
Right, which they label as a bad thing, but really it's someone saying, I believe in my neighbor's rights. I believe in loving my neighbor.
Exactly.
So, and that's the thing. I mean, that's the message of stopping this tyranny, stopping the war that's on rural America, the attack of government on liberty. And that's the people's job. The Constitution, remember, the framers set up the Constitution after much debate, and it was set up not as a way to grant us rights. It was the alarm that the wall of liberty has been breached. It was to remind us of our rights.
Yes, that we have rights, that we don't need licenses or concealed carry licenses and things like that, because that makes it sound like it's a privilege to have that, and it's not a privilege.
It's not a privilege. It's a right.
It's a God-given right.
You're absolutely right. You know, we had a rally here in Olympia. They tried to pass this ridiculous law called I-594 about a year ago. And me and some other patriots organized a rally. They made it a felony here in Washington State for us even to hand a gun to our friend. And we said, no, we're not going to have it. And so, you know, despite the fact that America doesn't stand up enough, people are starting to stand. So we organized this rally, and it wasn't a protest. We put 3,000 armed people on the Capitol in Olympia, on the Capitol grounds. Despite the fact of what they told us, we refused to get a permit for the event. We refused to get permission. We said, we're coming. 3,000 people came together. They violated that law and nullified it. They said, this is not law. We won't obey this law. And you know what? They were all peaceful. When it ended, they went home, and there wasn't so much as a piece of litter on the ground because they were there to defend their children's rights and to make peace.
Correct. And that's what we were doing here. That's exactly what we were doing here. Only the problem is that they didn't give us time to clear out. When they killed the boy, everybody panicked and left the place just a disaster. So now they're going to come in and they're going to accuse us of wrecking the place. explosives next to heaters. Now, how is
Right.
that safe?
Well, and then they pretended like the patriots who were there making peace and cleaning up the place and trying to restore the land to beneficial use, like Ammon talked about. They pretended that they were the ones messing things up, and in reality, the ones who hadn't been caring for the land was the government.
Yeah.
Okay, now listen.
Kevin?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Sean.
Sean.
I talked with Bill, the FBI guy, and we've agreed to meet with you and Reverend Graham in the morning, probably 8 o'clock, and we're going to turn ourselves in. We're not surrendering, we're just turning ourselves in.
No, what did I say? We've got
Right.
a new battleground,
Right.
okay? We've got
Right.
a new battleground. So
But
let's just
I want you to know that it's going against everything we believe in, but we're going to do it. And we're going to leave our weapons, our personal weapons, in our own personal vehicles. We're going to leave them unlocked and leave the keys on the seat because they got to go through that and inventory everything. I don't know if we'll ever get them back, but you know, we have our own vehicles here, so we have our possessions in there.
Okay.
And then we're going to walk one after another with the flag and turn ourselves in and meet you and Reverend Graham at the checkpoint.
Okay. You know what, Sean? I have to tell you, and I promise you, and we're on live stream. So one thing that you learn about me is a promise made is a promise kept. I
appreciate that.
Period. I promise you that I will see all of our American patriots through this, and we will definitely win. I have to also just tell you, and we're live stream. Do you know you have definitely put a call to action? There are all of the legislators that stand with you from your state, from many states. So we got Arizona and Idaho and Washington and Nevada and Wyoming. They're all coming there. We're all meeting there in Burns tonight. We are all coming to you. So understand, you have elected officials that are listening to this movement, to the United States Constitution. So I want you to know what you've done. You have done good, Sean. You and Jeff and Dave and Sandy, you guys are making history tonight. And know.
Once again, if you're just tuning in and you're trying to figure out what's going on, we're live streaming the live stream from the refuge in Burns, Oregon, where the FBI has them under siege. It looks like they're going to surrender. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, no one will get hurt. And here you go.
So I just want to let you know that this live stream was just brilliant, David Fry, and with Americans watching and understanding, and we're going to basically ask America to stand with us to stop the overreaching federal government, and you guys did it. I want you to understand, you four in that refuge have something to be very proud about. And the civil disobedience and free speech, and what you guys have accomplished is amazing. So let's just keep it. Let's just keep it as what you've just told me, and I just have to tell you, I'm with you. Okay? So are you guys hungry? Did you eat? What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to let the FBI know that we're going to go back to our tent so we can stay warm for the night.
Okay.
And we're going to have our weapons just to keep everyone honest.
Okay. I know an armed society is a polite society. I understand.
And then in the morning, once we get word that you and Reverend are at the checkpoint, we will proceed with our surrender.
Okay. And I am here. I am here. So just know that, and know that you're winning the hearts across America, Sean.
Well, I hope so. And I hope that we don't just get thrown in jail and forgot about.
We won't let that happen.
Okay, so guess what? We are on live feed, and I, Assemblywoman Fiore, I can speak from the other Assemblywomen and men from Nevada, and the other Assembly members and that are coming out there. We will never let that happen. You have my word, and I know that your word is your bond, and my word is my bond, and this is what we're going to do together, and we'll fight tyranny together, and this is what the outcome of this is going to be, and you have something really proud to be.
How many people are on the live stream at this moment?
Just a moment, we'll find out.
Right now, we're looking.
Hang on, yeah, it's been huge for hours. Right now, was it maybe 41,000 right now? It's getting late, so it's dropped down a little bit, but it's still being watched. Yeah, it got up to about 70,000 live.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they all get to go to bed and they all get to go to bed while we're standing for their freedom to do that.
And you know what? That's okay, but I want you guys to think about something. I want you to think about how all of our military that are overseas and abroad that protect Americans and the stuff that they go through. And this is what you did. You stood your ground to protect the Constitution, and this is where we're going with it. And you're here, and basically you're fighting on a domestic level.
Exactly.
So and just know that people are watching and people hear you loud and clear.
We hope so.
Right.
Well, you got it, Sean, and I have to tell you, it was what you called this morning. It just made my day.
I tried to call you sooner, but we got cut off, so we weren't able to do that. But thanks to, I got to let people know that these two gentlemen that are with us saved our lives because they've done so much for us. They stuck by me when I was the one with the felony. They risked their own lives and their futures. And I'm telling you, David he's probably going to get a job with the FBI because he outsmarted them at every turn. They need people like him. I'm telling you, he's a genius.
Well, you want to know something? You think about it. Remember that movie, Catch Me If You Can? I mean, that's exactly what happened. Basically, the FBI hired the guy.
Yeah. I mean, he did things that I was just like, wow.
Yeah. Shauna Cox has just spoken so highly of David Fry and all of his magical things that he does. She couldn't say enough about him. So it was good. So I can't wait to see you guys.
All right.
Thank you, America, for sticking with us, and we'll see you all in the morning.
Can you get a hold of Billy Graham? Or I'm sorry, Reverend Graham? Franklin?
Does Michelle have contact with him?
I'm not sure. I don't know if we still have the number in this phone or.
No, actually, I think the FBI had it.
He needs to, because the last he knew that we weren't going to give up, but that has changed, so he needs to know that the new situation. Take care of that for us.
Okay, so I think we lost Michelle again. We'll try and get her back. Well, no, she's still there. I don't know if we got her. Her signal might be failing a little bit.
All right, I think what I'm going to do is tell Bill we're going to go to the tent. We're going to round up our stuff. So if you guys will hang on and come with us, we appreciate that.
Sure. Should we stay on the line? Do you want to keep the live stream going?
Yes,
okay,
please.
Good. Excellent.
Give me a couple minutes here.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be here.
Hey, Bill, are you awake? We'd like to go to our tent. Everybody else going to be warm. Well, we're going to take our weapons from everybody on us. We'll see you in the morning. Is that okay? You guys get your word and you'll stand down and not come in there. You can pick the mountain down. I won't sleep us, but yeah, we're going to go in there where we have some meat. So I have your word. You won't come in there to get up. You're going to wait for us to give our word in the morning. I understand. You have my word. We'll come out in the morning. Hopefully your word will come out. Do you ever find out about the vehicle in the field? I never thought, but wait. Say again? I'm not sure I feel it. Nothing personal. Just you gotta understand where we're at.
We're still here, guys.
Okay, hold on. We're picking up our stuff and we're going to get to the tent.
Okay, so hey, just so you know, once you get settled there, we got a hold of Victoria. We couldn't patch her in, but I have an audio file she sent of them doing some singing for you guys, and she has a message for you. So once you get settled, we'll play that for you.
All right, give us about 3 minutes.
You got it.
Still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Sorry, I dropped you. Sorry.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to add Michelle back in.
The FBI is letting us know that they're going to have people come in and relieve them throughout the night. And Sean told them, they thought you guys were tougher than that. We've been here for 2 weeks.
Well, they clock out at 5. And, we don't want to get any taxpayer overtime on those boys, so let them go home and let them go to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, they got a lot of gear on. It's heavy, so give them a break.
Well, they're sitting in warm vehicles.
Oh.
We're trying to get everything situated here, get it inside.
That's good. That's very, very good.
Okay, good. Michelle, people are still listening. Why don't you explain that? So you've talked to have you coordinated with the FBI? Why don't you tell them what's happening there?
You want me to tell them what happened with the FBI?
Or just tell the people listening. Just summarize. Have you been able to contact the FBI? Are they agreeing on your end to let you guys be there for them?
Yes, absolutely. So Mike Arnold, who I'm driving Burns with right now, has spoken with the FBI. They have given us their word that they are going to stand down tonight. And in the morning, when you guys have agreed to come out, me and Graham will meet you at that point. And they have promised us that. And they promised us. We put it out there on national news. And so I expect them to honor their promise.
And just in case the media doesn't show up, you're going to have your camera ready, Michelle.
I have an iPhone.
That'll work.
Okay. Okay, I have an iPhone, and Mike has an iPhone. And does Ram have an iPhone?
Hey, think about this. Despite all their big fancy toys, nearly this entire message since the day Ammon and the Patriots went to restore people's property rights on the refuge, nearly the entire message has been carried by phones, people's mobiles in their pocket.
Yes, but you want to know what? Now that we've got quite a few folks listening, we have to figure out. We have to definitely figure out some kind of phone service where a cell tower can't shut it off.
Yeah, that's a problem. There's radios, but they can jam those too.
Yep.
But you know what? It's still getting out. So despite the fact we know they feel some pressure, otherwise they would have shut this off a long time ago.
They did shut us down, but David Fry, the wonderful
Great.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I was literally landing on the airplane when I finally got you guys, and so I didn't have anything but a black Sharpie to write a phone number down. And so, like when we were back in school, remember we used to write phone numbers on our hands? So with a black Sharpie, I have a 509 number written on my hand. So Mike Arnold just looked at my hand and he thought I had some Chinese tattoo on my hand with a black Sharpie of a phone number. So yeah. Yeah. And remember, before texting, don't forget we used to write notes in school and tap them. I guess that's on my age now, but
I remember those days too.
And there was always there. If you were in the woods, there was always the paper plate tacked to a tree.
Nice. So, goodness gracious, thank you guys for praying all night with us, and thank you for being calm and letting God handle this really, and I think we did good. I think we did good.
Yeah, he can. God, if we as a nation return to God and look to Him and submit to and stand for what's right, He can He can overpower the wickedness.
You know, I agree with that. I mean, this outcome tonight was the best we could have because, you know, it delayed our coffee. I mean, it made our coffee date, you know, sooner instead of Friday morning, but it's all kinds of good.
That's right. Sandy, are you guys settled, or are they still working away there?
So we're almost done.
Right on.
We're getting our stuff situated. We're back inside. We got the heat on.
Nice. Very, very nice.
They have a message from Victoria.
Okay, we're ready for the message.
All right. Hey, let me see if I can get that. No, tell me. I've got a message from Victoria, so tell me if you hear her.
Hello, everyone. This is Victoria.
Are you able to hear?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play the whole thing. I think it's a couple minutes long.
Hello, everyone. This is Victoria Sharp. I'm with my family. We want to sing a song to you guys. We love you all. Stay calm and stay alive. We need your voices. So we're going to sing a song to you all now. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though when hosts should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? The Lord is my strength, the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is my light and my salvation.
Yeah, we're good.
Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear?
Well, basically, it's just basically a new battleground, right?
Yeah.
She has a very angelic voice, Victoria.
Yeah, they're beautiful singers.
Yeah, they are.
Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid?
That's the reason that she's alive after what she went through.
You know what? Again, let's not forget, that was God's hand again. That was nothing short of a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle. Those, Shauna and Victoria and Ryan.
From our Lord Jesus Christ, that he might deliver us from this present evil world, according to the will of God and our Father. To whom be glory forever and
That
ever.
stuff we talked about
We
earlier.
love you all. We love you. We'll see you again. Stay safe, stay alive, stay calm. We're praying for you.
Did wrap it up with something, but everything is in the Chevy Cruze out here that now will be in their hands. So.
Did you guys get it?
Right. Thank you guys. So,
Sandy,
are you there?
Yes.
did you guys? Were you guys able to hear that?
Yes.
Thank you. Very angelic. That was beautiful. I can't wait to actually hear her live.
Oh, it'll bring tears to your eyes. It's powerful.
Okay, folks, that sounds like it's kind of wrapping down a little bit.
All right, guys. So
This is Danny. I'm staying late from the crypto show, and we're bringing this to you. It's been kind of surreal. Leland Freeman is actually sitting in here with me. So basically what happened is we had the FBI decided to take siege of the refuge in Burns, Oregon, and kind of became a standoff. And so
huge building.
Sean, or who do we have there?
Well, that's not very good cover from an MRAP.
No, not at all.
No, I don't think so.
Wow. So, man, yeah, this is crazy. They're trying to show their brute force.
And what's of interest is not that much mainstream coverage on this. There's a little
none.
Well, there's a little blurb on CNN, and Clyde Lewis on his nationally syndicated show is talking about it. But that's about it so far. Drudges hasn't even picked it up yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting messages from all kinds of people. Hey, it's on Reddit. It's on this. It's on that. It's everywhere in the alternative media, but it's nowhere to be found in the mainstream media. Which, of course, that's not surprising. And then tomorrow, you'll hear all about it on the news, and it'll be some twisted thing where, you know, these crazy rednecks did this, blah, blah, blah. What? So.
Right. So the last that I heard was that they had made an agreement with the FBI, and the lawyer confirmed the agreement that the FBI was going to stand down for the night and that they were going to come out in the morning. The people that are out there are going to come out and turn themselves in when their lawyer gets there.
That doesn't sound very feasible. I mean, when do the FBI or any kind of cops make a deal like that where they're just going to, especially when everybody that's inside the building is who they're looking for?
We'll see.
It's not like they have hostages or anything where they have a bargaining chip.
Right, that's true. So
right now, all they have is the only thing I think that's probably keeping them alive is this live stream.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they would probably already be dead.
Because if you look at documentaries of past situations like this, Waco, Ruby Ridge, even the negotiators would get their rug pulled out from under them by their superiors.
Right.
So, I mean, it's exactly right that the fact that this is going out over the air and on the internet live right now, and the fact there's a large audience that's listening to this.
And I'm sure we're not the only radio station that's covered it. I would imagine that the other, alternative radio stations like us are probably doing it. Any of the other micro FMs or anything, but none of the mainstream media is doing it.
Clyde Lewis has actually got some big stations that carry on, such as KLBJ AM here in Austin, that is covering this as well. He would be probably the biggest
covering it. He's covering it, but he's not playing the audio. He's probably commenting on it.
Yeah, so what do you guys think? Is the FBI going to leave them alone all night long, or is there going to be some kind of scene before the morning? What do y'all think?
I would imagine something's probably going to happen. They're going to say someone did something, someone overreacted. Like here in Austin, they shoot some some black kid who's butt naked. I mean, where did he have the gun in his butt for them to have the authority to shoot the guy?
They'll wait for all the camp's cell phone batteries to die and then go from there.
Wait, you can hear something. Hold on. There's
Kevin, thank you so much, too.
Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad I could.
Okay, they're just talking to the guys. It sounded kind of like maybe the bullhorn was coming on in the background, but that doesn't seem to be it.
Okay, I'll call you soon. We'll get a list for you so you can have it ready.
All right, thank you.
Well, they never got the cavalry that they were hoping for of patriots to show up. But, I guess it's questionable whether it was a reasonable thing to do, what they were doing. So. I mean, it's great that they were sticking up for the ranchers, but those ranchers weren't sticking up for themselves.
Yeah.
Well, it just didn't seem like a good idea to me.
No. I mean, it was in the fact that it was peaceful. They didn't, and they always maintained that it was a peaceful protest.
I think their interpretation of the whole thing is that they're taking over government land is similar to, in their minds, when they are trying to take over privately occupied land, like what happened with the ranchers. In their interpretation.
Well, the same thing is happening right now on the Texas border, and Abbott, as crazy as he is on other things, at least he's kind of standing up to them.
And I would encourage you guys when
you're there in the morning, the stuff that's going on the Red River right now?
I'm sure the media will
you mean with BLM was trying to claim all that land?
Right.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
they're using erosion, that the river is moving back and forth, so they're changing the center line of where the river is, and as the line moves, they claim more land.
So it's more land that goes to Oklahoma, which then they can claim as more land, which is Texas territory.
Well, they're claiming it from both sides is what they're doing. As the river moves, it moved 10 more feet, we're taking some more of your land. And they're doing it to both sides.
Interesting. And the other interesting fact is that our land commissioner is not helping the situation, George P. Bush. So, I mean, that guy needs to be a one and doneer. I mean, that's That's just my personal opinion on that.
Yeah, the last name didn't give it away.
Exactly. Jeb's son.
Is it Jeb's son, really?
It is Jeb's son.
Oh, my God. Vermin Supreme is beating Jeb. Come on.
That is
when a guy with
awesome.
a fireman's boot on his head is out polling, who we actually may have on the show here pretty soon. He and I have been messaging randomly back and forth. I'm hoping to get him on.
Vermin Supreme. Sounds like something you would get at Taco Bell.
He's a guy. He was in
I know who he is.
Yeah, he placed fourth in the Democratic primaries there in New Hampshire today.
Yeah, but weren't there only 4 people?
No, there was like 80 of them.
Really?
Oh wow, there's actually video now.
What is it showing?
My family's been here all night, and Nathan's here, and thanks
Some
for
dude.
spreading this and getting the message out. And we're gonna stay in touch with these guys.
Okay, yeah. So he's just wrapping it up now.
Keep an eye on this in the morning. We don't know exactly what the plan is, but keep praying. Let's get these guys out of there peacefully, and make sure that these guys don't terrorize them. And you can find, if you want to try and follow along, if something happens in the morning, you can find my page, Gavin Sign for Liberty, the Bundy Ranch page. Just search those on Facebook, and we'll post links there if things are happening in the morning, and keep you as up to date as we can, depending on what our contact is down there on the ground on the Oregon front. But you know what? Most of all, I mean, let's keep the principle and the peace and the values of this at the forefront. America needs to be praying. You know, we need to be on our knees. We need to be in repentance.
I think it's amazing that they said that there was 70,000 people watching at one point. It seems like there would have been a lot more. I mean, I had like 5 people contact me. Hey,
that's 70,000 at any given point. So people come on, people drop off. It's not total views or total listens. So there's probably
live stream.
Several 100,000 people already witnessed some form of the stream. And when it goes to archive, it's probably going to at least get to a few 100,000, if not 1 million, probably within a week or so.
Yeah. Well, of course, people, and their thing has just dropped. But I would imagine that people like Ben Swan and everybody who's there, they're going to make a big deal out of this, so it'll get out there. I'm sure,
all the morning shows too.
Yeah, and all the liberal shows will make fun of, hey, gun-toting nuts,
Well, guys, thank you so much for covering this.
All right.
Hours. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And I guess we're signing off then, right? It's we're hitting midnight right now.
Yeah, we're just about to hit midnight, so really appreciate it, guys.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Overdrive on the Crypto Show and the Logos Radio Network. Thanks.